Welcome everybody to my arena modding tutorial. We're going to jump right into it. So when you mod arenas, it all starts with the slot. So what I like to do is this chunk of information right here, this is SmackDown. So you want to select the whole block, then you want to Control C for copy, enter, paste, and then you want to find what slot you want to put the arena on, and you want to put it in here. I'm going to do 736 because it's a slot that I know works. And then you want to open up your SDB. Then you would just type in something here and whatever you want. It doesn't matter. I already have a string that I use. I just named it test slot. And you want to paste it over your arena name string. Then Control S to save. And you want to bake and launch just to make sure that slot works, because some of them do not. Right here, you see it works. Now that we have our slot and we've tested it, the next thing to do is to assign an arena def. So you go to environment, arena defs, and then I'm going to export 00700, which is also SmackDown. And then I'm going to follow the same folder structure that 2K does. I always keep it side by side just to make sure. Then I'm going to rename this to the slot that I added. And then open that up with meta. Select arena def. Export. Yes. I normally keep all my JSONs from an arena that I'm working on in the same folder. I'm just extracting it to my desktop. You want to open that up. You'll see all this information here. It's a lot. This is preload. This is your ring JSFB, barricade, ceiling light, stadium, so forth. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the barricade, and I'm going to show you how that's done. And it's the same process for all of this, except for the IBL. That's a textures folder. So we're going to change out the barricade. Go arena, common S, barricade. Whoops. And I always love to use the steel silver square. It's a really good template to use. Never had an issue with it. So this ID number 4, this is our barricade. You can even put in here barricade. You double click on the JSFB, Control A, Control C, meta, hash generator, Control V, and there's our hash. So you want to copy that, Control C it, double click on your hash, Control V. Now Control S to save. So even though we've swapped out the barricade, we still got to hash in this arena def. So we're going to go back to our arena data. Go back to meta. Select file. And now we have our custom arena def. We're going to copy the hash and then paste it. And then Control S. So now what we've done is we have a custom arena def with a custom barricade. And now we're going to bake our data and our mod folder. So as you can see now, we have our custom barricade. We've gotten our separate barricade assigned. Now, if you want to make a custom one, this is how the process works. So you'd open up Blender, open up your barricade, this doesn't have a skeleton or anything, so I don't need shape keys or attachment points. I always do 100K here, then 2 for the clip start. And I'm just going to show you here. So now, that's different than vanilla. Right click on the collection, select objects, file, export, MDL. I'm going to replace this one. I always keep this checked. Export. Now we're done with Blender. I'm going to rename this Test Barricade. Now I'm going to copy this. It's inside our custom barricade folder. I'm going to put a custom name on the JSFB, MDL, and MTLS. And then this is everything needed for a custom barricade. I'm going to open up that barricade JSFB. And then I'm going to select the schema, export it. And then this is your barricade information. And the best way to make a custom barricade, based on the one that you're using as a template, you're going to reverse engineer it. And I try to tell people this is the best way to do custom parts. You dig through what 2K does, and then you do it yourself. When you want to go to reverse engineer something, you go to the file of whatever JSFB you're using as a template. So you click on the MDL, you copy it, you paste it in the hash generator, and then there's your hash. And then when you search it inside your JSFB, you're going to just take whatever you're searching, whatever hash you're grabbing from vanilla, you're going to replace it with your own hash. So we're going to replace this hash with our hash. This is my custom barricade I just exported. So I'm going to select my own MDL. paste it over the vanilla one. Grab the MTLS hash. And you see there's two of them. So you're gonna grab the hash of your own. And replace them. It's that simple, it really is. Alright, so now we got our custom hashes. Control S. Alright, now that we've made our own custom barricade with custom pathing, we're gonna have to reassign it to the arena def. So we're gonna go back into here. We're gonna rehash it, so we're gonna grab the hash from the barricade JSFB, copy it, and then paste it. Control S. And we're going to bake our folder. So you can see it's changed. This is the one we messed with in Blender. And now we have it assigned with a custom path. It's not replacing anything. Alright, so the last bit I'm going to show you guys is the arena preload. And you just want to extract one from the file. So you go arena, main, and then I extracted 00700, which is SmackDown. That's the slot we're using as a template. We're going to go into here, create a folder called main. I'm going to drag that in here, rename it to the slot that I'm working on. So it's 736, and then there's our preload. Open that up with meta. And then it's the top one here. It controls arena light color, ring MTLS, etc. Then you're going to extract that wherever your other arena JSONs are. Open that up. And you'll see here at the top, stage lights. There are RGB values. You'll notice vanilla, there's only 2 sometimes. And you're always going to need 3. I'm just telling you that now. So since we've extracted this and exported JSON, these lights are going to be screwed up unless you add your red value. So I'm going to put this here, change it to R, and then I'm going to make it a 1. So that way it doesn't have any impact on the color. Doesn't matter about the order. So these are all the stage lights. If you want to do your own color, this is how it's done. So I use Photoshop. I'm sure you could get RGB colors other ways. I'm going to hit new file. I'm going to click this square right here. And this is how you can get a color for your lights. So if you want, just go for like a purplish color. Whatever you select in here, you're going to see your RGB values are changing. So if you want like this purple right here, I'm going to put these values into my preload. So I'm going to go 97. 21 is green. 223 is blue. I'm just going to go ahead and paste this color over every single light. That's not really how you want to do it, but I'm just doing it to prove it to you that this works. Because every single arena, you know, they're going to be different. Ceiling light. Every single ceiling light, you know, some of the lights are laid out differently. You'll notice if you open up a ceiling light JSFB, each individual light has an index. And if it's index 0, it's color 1. If it's index 1, it's color 2. And so forth. So I'm just going to paste the same color over all of these. And then that's the lights. So your ropes color, SmackDown's ropes are white. So you'll notice the RGB, they're all 205. If you go over here, you'll see that I'm at 204, but it's not all the way bright, because if you make it all the way bright, it's going to be too bright. So you always want to leave your ring colors a little bit darker than the shade you probably think you want. So if you want like a bright red, you may want to go down to like here. You see what I'm saying? And if you want black, you always go 1, 1, 1. You can't do zeros. So let's just do let's do that red color. So I'm going to go to right about here. Now I'm just going to change these 177. Now remember, I can't do zeros, so I'm going to go 1 on these values. This is still probably going to be too bright, I'll be honest. And you can make your ropes different colors, so I'll do the top rope red. I'll do the middle rope this weird color. Or middle rope, sorry. 177, 125. Okay. Now our bottom rope, let's make that just make it this ugly green color. So I'm going to go 44, 128, 11. Paste it over these. So boom, there's ropes. All right, so these turnbuckle covers, you'll notice whenever you select one of these, you notice they all light up. It's because they're all the same hash. So inside Cake View, we're going to grab the hash for the scratch logo turnbuckle. And you got to be careful because I actually did this while recording. You have your turnbuckle MTLS, which is for these, and then you have your turnbuckle cover MTLS. So you want to copy that. You want to repaste it Now you got your hash for your cover. And the easiest way to replace all these, instead of doing it individually, you highlight one of them, right click, change all occurrences, paste. Changes all of them for you. And then I'm going to Control S to save. And then I'm going to bake. And then boom. We have our separate colors on everything. You notice all the stage lights are also purple. 3 separate color ropes. You can also change these individually, but pretty sure you have to do that in a ring JSFB, because I know if you want to assign like a separate apron to different sides, you'll have to mess with the ring JSFB, but I'm not going to go over that in this video, because that's just a whole different process. So yeah, that is arena data, added slot, custom arena def with a custom asset with its own pathing. So none of this will replace any in-game files, and no matter what arena you play on, nothing will conflict.